What line? What line?
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Okay.
Believe it or not, but these simple lines took actor, writer, director Tommy Wiseau more than 30 takes to record.
What is line?
The Disaster Artist is based on the true story of Wiseau, an actor who made his own movie titled The Room in early 2000. Together with his friend Greg Sestero, he tried to make his American dream come true, but the project flopped big time and is now known as one of the worst films ever made. James Franco both directed and stars as Tommy in this new biographical story. For him, an important aspect of the film was to make people laugh, but definitely not to make fun of the real Tommy.
Say action so I can hear.
Okay.
We were very conscious of that from the very beginning. The first cue for that approach was from the book. You know, Greg Sestero, Davy's character, the real guy, co-wrote this book with Tom Bissell. And they put a lot of care into showing the universality of these characters' struggle. And you know, everybody that comes to Hollywood has a, you know, you have to struggle a bit to break in, most people, you know? And that was one of the things that I really keyed into in the story. And then, you know, from, you know, the people we hired to write the script, Neustadter and Weber, these incredible writers that weren't comedy writers, they were, you know, they specialized in relationships and love stories. So that shows what we wanted to emphasize, the friendship, rather than make fun of these guys. And that was always our approach. We wanted to make these characters very sympathetic.
Action!
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Playing a real character is anything but easy to pull off. Luckily, James had a little piece of preparation gold at his disposal.
Tommy Wiseau used to talk to himself and record his conversations on a mini tape recorder. I guess he must have hundreds of these tapes, but the real Greg had stolen some of these tapes and digitized the recordings, and he gave them to me. And so I would listen to those every day in my car, and not only could I, you know, listen to them and work on the voice, he was, you know, talking about some very personal things. He would talk about, you know, acting teachers that don't understand him and treat him differently than everybody else in class, but he would also talk about his dreams and how it felt to be rejected, and that maybe I'll go off and do my own movie, that kind of thing. Or maybe I'd just be a rock star, you know? And so, not only could I practice the voice, but I got a very good sense of his inner life. It was almost like the audiobook version of a private journal.
And if that wasn't helpful enough, Tommy's best friend, Greg Sestero, is portrayed by Dave Franco. And yes, that's James's little brother. So the two were already pretty familiar with each other.
The dynamic between our characters felt right, and I think we could just both really kind of easily grasp onto that dynamic, where we did a series of videos for the website funnyordie.com about 10 years ago, where he was an acting teacher and I was his student, and he was a little crazy, but I was still trying
Visionary.
Yeah, but I was still trying to please him. So it was a very similar friendship as there was in our movie. And then him as a director, he's the happiest I've seen him when he's behind camera, and that energy is very infectious. And for me, when I'm on set, I have a tendency sometimes to take things too seriously, and so it's good to have his energy to feed off of.
So if you're at all curious about how the Franco brothers brought the unique story of the Disaster Artist to life, then you must see this movie.
Can we just take it again? Try to lose the accent.
The rules to the class are simple, and the guardian for the.
Like what you see? Subscribe to our channel for more exclusive clips.